take down that wall, you will have so many people coming into our country that Nancy Pelosi will be begging for a wall. She'll be begging for a wall. She will say, Mr. President, please, please give us a wall. On February 15th, the committee will come back. And if they don't have a wall, I don't even want to waste my time reading what they have, because it's a waste of time. Because the only thing that works for security and safety for our country is a wall. Now, when you couple the wall with sensors and drones and all of these other things, that works as a combination. But if you don't have a wall, they're all just wasting their time. It's just politics.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Random Bullshit. And Trump said that yesterday. If there's no money for the wall, then the government goes shut back down, and he probably throw in a declaration of emergency or whatever they call it, and he'll just divert the money himself. So, I mean, everything's already in place. It's cheaper to give them the money for the wall than it is to shut the government down. The last shutdown already proved that. So, I mean, it's up to the Democrats what they want to do. They already know that it's cheaper to give them the money. I think this stuff is so hilarious that we're even in this situation. But that's the deal. 14 days. 14 days. If Democrats, Republicans can't compromise, the government will be shut back down. Everything's already in place. They don't have to pay anybody. Federal workers got their second paycheck, and they get 1 week of back pay. So they don't even get their full back pay. They only get the check they missed. I think it was like around the last Tuesday in January or something. They get that check, and then a week worth of pay from the previous check that they missed. That's all they get. So they have been encouraging people, you need to file your taxes before the 15th, because ain't no telling if it goes down this time. Ain't no telling when it's going to open. And if he declare a national emergency on the border, then it'll really be nothing they can do besides take them to court. We all know how long that can go. So it's just stuff spiraling, just constantly spiraling out of control. But those are our so-called elected leaders. I ain't gonna say that we the people elected them, because we already know how elections go down in these United States. So, but Cory Booker, he jumped in the race. He's running. He announced he's going to start out there trying to, convince black people to vote in their own best interest with him, which that won't actually work. It'll be detrimental if anybody vote for Cory Booker, but that's he announced. So we got the border wall chaos. More Democrats are coming out. So I guess this is going to be the how in 2016 Republicans had their clown car full of clown candidates. I guess it's the Republicans' turn now. So they'll be doing, they're constantly piling them in. Kamala Harris came out and officially announced, and she just got destroyed by the new black media. Literally just just pretty much sunk her ship. So, and I guess the next torpedo will be coming towards Cory Booker, because we all know him and Betsy DeVos joined at the hip. So you got that. I want to really see how he answers those questions, because the reason he's even in the Senate is because, money. from the DeVosses. Cory Booker is probably going to get torpedoed next, and the list will just continue to go, and then you'll have these black politicians and, surrogates on corporate media complaining like they was doing with Kamala Harris that black males is doing the same thing to Cory Booker as they did to Kamala Harris. But we're at a day and age where, we're the only group in this country that vote as a block. And we don't get shit in return for our vote in this bullshit ass system. That's why Democrats can't win if it's not high turnouts from black folks. And this is one of the reasons why Republicans fight so hard to keep black people from voting. So it's time that we demand an agenda specifically for descendants of slaves in this country. You see all these politicians, they come out and they have all this stuff in a little platform, and they talk about all other groups except descendants of slaves. And it's 2019. You should not just be giving Democrats your vote, especially when they trot out people like Cory Booker and Kamala Harris. See, they have come to the notion that all you got to do is send somebody out with some melanin in their skin, and you're going to get the black vote. It worked twice with Obama. That's why they keep on doing this shit. But we didn't get anything in return. Think about the people that they putting up. Cory Booker does not identify with the plight of black people. He's an elitist in Washington, D.C. So, just probably start deconstructing his whole thing. Yep. Yep. It's but that's what they do. They do that all the time. I'm trying to make my computer screen bigger so I can read the chat better. But yeah, Cory Booker is on there, and okay, does it make sense how it's on? Yeah, they always, okay, here we go. My bad. Yeah, that's all it is. But black people so quick to just give their votes to the Democrats, and they don't, like, I would start, it's like a business transaction. You want this vote, then you're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to do something for it, and hold out. Like I vote. I go and vote, but I'll leave those politician races. I'll leave them open. I just go really to see if it's any amendments or propositions on there that cost me. That's going to cost me money when it comes down to having to pay my taxes where I live. And that stuff be crucial. See, they know when people don't vote, they can sneak that stuff in on them ballots, put it on the back side of the ballot. Nobody pays attention, and that stuff get passed right on through. And then you look up, and next thing you know, there's more money being sucked out of your pocket. So that stuff be on there too. But I'm pretty sure I think what they're doing is just trying to get the people that they know really don't have a chance in hell of winning out there and get it out of the way so they can cheat the people they need to cheat and put in place the person they want to put in place. Period. They don't, I don't think Cory Booker or Kamala Harris really even have a remote chance of actually winning. I think that's why they just doing this now. It's probably going to be either, I'm thinking Joe Biden or I don't think it'll be Elizabeth Warren, but it's going to be somebody like you really wouldn't expect if it's not Joe Biden. Because they think that for some reason that they got with this whole Russia thing that they're going to be able to defeat Trump. And they're not. Not like this. They're not going to be able to, even if they shut the government down again. None of the candidates that they got coming out is probably going to beat Trump again. Trump probably will win. I think Trump will probably even beat Bernie Sanders. Probably be a little close, but I don't see nobody right now beating him. Yep. Yeah, they already know who they gonna have win. That's why I don't. That's why I think Trump gonna get reelected. We don't have real elections in this country. That stuff been compromised a long time ago. If it ever wasn't compromised. This whole system is rigged. Everything about this system is rigged. The only way we'll get some real freedom is gonna take people in the streets. But if people ain't willing to go out and go in the streets, it's just gonna be the same thing. I don't think a lot of people ready to put some actual real skin in the game. They're more concerned about stuff that really don't even matter. So we'll just keep running on this hamster wheel, and they'll call the people that speak out the truth conspiracy theorists and whatever new labels they come up with. They'll just continue to label people like that, put shadow bans on their social media stuff, and keep it moving. That's what they be doing. They watch everything we do. Everything. They know what we say. Pretty much, I wouldn't be surprised. They almost can predict what we thinking. You ever notice how, like, if you like start looking for, like, if you go on like Amazon or any of them websites where you can start looking to buy like a product or item, and then next thing you know, if you go on Facebook and stuff like that, you'll start seeing ads in your feed for that item or items similar to the item you was just searching online. They do that stuff all the time. That was in, you can find all that information if you go and read Vault 7. All that stuff's in there. but you can tell, like, if you just watch certain, like, different people in media and how they numbers and videos and stuff and they post the stuff, how the numbers fluctuate. And it could be people talking about pretty much the same subject, but just depending on how things are worded, they'll shadow ban that, and they'll let the other stuff go through. Like on Facebook, they send me, like, on my fan page on Facebook, they send me little stuff all the time saying, well, if you 800 or 2,000 more people can see your post if you pay me $3. So I'm like, why would I pay you $3 for more people to see my post when you're the reason that they're keeping your post and all this stuff from even being seen by people unless you pay them? So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So that right there tells me that that they be suppressing a lot of stuff, and the only stuff that gets seen are the people that's willing to be extorted. I wouldn't be surprised if Instagram start doing stuff like that too. Start charging people for more people to see their posts and stuff they put up there. But YouTube does that. If you have, like, a fan page, they'll suppress your shit unless you pay them. You don't pay them, you don't get to see. And they do that on all across Twitter, YouTube, just about a lot. All them social media platforms do. But I'm starting to see, like, noticing a lot of people using, like, the gaming streaming platforms and stuff to get their stuff out, because the way things are working right now, you can't really, you gotta toe that line. If you ain't willing to toe that line, they'll keep you silent. Because Big Brother is watching. So, I don't know, it's just been 2019 has already started off crazy. And I expect it to get a little worse. It's only the beginning. But we'll know in 14 days they're going to shut the government down. And more Democrats are getting into the clown car. And it's crazy. I don't know. I think me and True Power was probably do a show today. I'm not sure. But we probably try to put something together. My schedule's been kind of crazy since, like, last November, so it's been kind of difficult for me to. But he do his own thing, so it's all good. But we'll try to do something if we can. I just been busy working on some shit behind the scenes, and trying to get some other stuff figured out. But I do keep my ear to the streets. I know it's people out here that's going through some things. I know it's some brothers out here that's trying to do some good, and it's very important that us black men support each other and support black male media, because it's some brothers out here that's really, speaking truth to power, and we don't really have no support but ourselves. So we don't support each other first before anything else. they'll just keep their boot on the back of our neck. So support black male media. You know, it's very important. The new black media, not motherfuckers like Roland Martin and people like them in that category, because they are very detrimental to the cause. But I'm just gonna try to keep bringing as much information as I possibly can. And y'all, it's Friday morning, man. I hope y'all have a good one. And I think I'm gonna go CMJ. Y'all have a good one. If you like the content, feel free to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. Peace.